Culinary Kisses coming back at you with a live cooking demonstration. Now you see we have some goodies sitting out here on the cabinet. So this is a shallot, and then we're using some fresh garlic, and we have a lime, and we also have some fresh herbs. So we have some basil, some cilantro, and some parsley. And we also have a jalapeno, a bell pepper, and a little bit of olive oil. Always good, right? And we also have some aged red wine vinegar, and of course the staple, salt and pepper. So if you haven't guessed by now, we are actually making a homemade chimichurri sauce. Now this is something that you can eat on tofu, you can eat on fish, you can eat on chicken. I mean, traditionally it's served with beef, but technically you could eat it on any protein. Even just, a bowl of beans and rice, some chimichurri sauce on top, and you're good to go. So I'm going to show you how to make this because it's very quick and very easy. Now I am substituting a couple of things. Typically we wouldn't use like a bell pepper or a green jalapeno. Typically what you would use is just a red jalapeno. And also typically you wouldn't use basil, you would use oregano. But we are improvising because the grocery store didn't have oregano, but they had fresh basil. So that's what we're using. Alright, so I'm going to start with that. I'm just going to pick off a few leaves here, and I'm going to show you how to easily cut up your basil. So I'm going to set that aside since I'm done with that. I'm going to take the largest leaf. Oh my God, I love the way basil smells. I'm going to take the largest leaf and lay it down flat, and I'm going to keep laying the leaves on top of one another until I have them all on here. See that little piece of brown? I'm just going to pick that out. Now, once I have them laying on top of one another, I'm going to turn it to the side and just roll it very, 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 very tight. As tight as I possibly can. Now, I do have a chef's knife here, but I'm going to use my paring knife for this. And I'm just going to make small incisions, and you're going to make little ribbons as you cut. So I'm using my fingers as a guide. Technically they should be like this actually. And just to let you know about cutting, you want to pinch the blade, you want to grip the handle, and then when you're cutting you want to rock. Just think about a boat rocking in water. Okay? So I'm cutting these into little ribbons, and you'll see I'm making very, very small cuts. They're not wide cuts, like extremely small. So I'll show you what the ribbons look like because I'm almost at the end here. And the smell that's released when you're cutting your herbs is absolutely fabulous. There. So once I cut everything, see how that looks? It's absolutely beautiful, right? And very full of aroma. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my bowl. And next, I'm going to add some fresh cilantro. I'm just going to pick off a little bit of it here. I'm going to use a little bit more cilantro than parsley than I did basil, of course. So I'm going to pick out the parts that look kind of brownish looking. We don't want that, of course. I'm also not big on stems. I mean, some stems are fine, but I'm not big on stems. So I get rid of as many stems as I can. Again, it doesn't have to be all of them, but as many as possible. There, that's good, right? That looks pretty good. Some of these stems just kind of like stick out though. There we go. How about that? Okay, so cilantro leaves are a little bit smaller, so you can't really lay those down and roll them out the way we did with the basil. So what I like to do is just gather the cilantro up. Just gather it up like that as best I can. There's some more stems. Toss those to the side. So I gather the cilantro just like that until I get it to a tight ball like this. And then once it's in a tight ball, I do the same thing. I go through, I take my paring knife, and I just make small cuts with it balled up together. Now you can already see how we're getting more cilantro on our cutting board than what we had for the basil. There you go. Now, see that? roughly the same size, which is the goal. That's what we're going for. We want the herbs to be roughly the same size. Now for parsley. We want about the same amount of parsley as we did for cilantro. So I'm going to pick off some leaves here. And probably need a little bit more than that. There we go. And you want to do the same thing. You want to pick through these and make sure there's no brown leaves in there. Get rid of any excess stems that are kind of sticking out. There we go. There. And these leaves are relatively small as well. So you're going to do the same thing as you did with the cilantro. You're just going to ball it up in a knot. Ball as tight as you can get it. And then you're just going to make small. Oh my God, it's amazing how herbs all have a very distinct smell and flavor. They all smell so good to me. Like I love rosemary and I love oregano. I used to have a herb garden in my backyard and I absolutely loved it. There's nothing like when you can cook with fresh herbs. So it is June. It is the start of spring, approaching summer. So, you know, if you're inspired, you should start a little herb garden. I'm going to add the parsley. As you can see, that ended up being the same size as our other herbs. I'm going to add that to the bowl. Now for our shallots. So I'm just going to cut the end of that off like this. I'm going to cut this off like this. I'm going to use this whole shallot because, as you can see, we have quite a bit of herbs in that bowl. And I don't worry about that outer layer. I don't fuss with it. It's just one layer. Like I'm the same way with onions. I don't fight with the onion to keep that one layer. I just get rid of it. There are many more layers to an onion. Okay, so because we have our herbs cut small, we want everything else to be relatively the same size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the shallot like this, and then you'll see when I get ready to make my final cut, I'm going to have some small diced pieces of shallot. You guys see that? It's pretty neat, huh? And again, I'm pinching my blade and I'm gripping the handle. Okay? Now if some big pieces happen to slide through there, all you have to do is gather your shallots like this. Again, you're pinching the blade just like that and you're gripping the handle, and you just want to go and rock until you cut down the pieces that are a little bit larger. And once you get everything into uniform size, or get those larger pieces a little smaller, then you're good to go. Okay, just make sure you keep those fingers up that are guiding your blade. Okay, you never want to do like that because they can end up under the blade and then that'll be a big problem. Alright, that looks good. Now I don't even think I'm going to have to use all of that. We'll see. Yeah, maybe so. I like onions, so I'm going to go ahead and put it all in there. And you know, shallots are a lot milder tasting than your regular onion. It actually has like a little sweet flavor to it. I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to do my jalapeno next. Now, I like heat. As a matter of fact, I love heat. But if you don't want the heat, but you want the flavor, just take the seeds out. That's all you have to do, because that's where the heat is. So I'm literally just going to run my knife underneath, just like that, and pull it out. You guys see that? So once I do that, I'm going to give it a little rinse. And then, voila! There you have it. So I'm going to cut this in long, thin strips. Long, thin strips. Just like that. And then I'm going to gather everything. And I'm going to make small dices. And just take your time and do this. It's the first time you do it, you may not be able to go fast. But as you get used to it, and you do it on a regular basis, then you can go faster. But you want to keep your cuts precise because you want to keep everything the same size as much as possible. There. You guys see that? So I'm going to go ahead and dump that into my bowl. Now, I am using this rather peculiar looking bell pepper. Can you guys see that? Isn't it beautiful? It's like yellow and red stripe. And it's not, you know, one that's half ripe or anything. That's actually the bell pepper and how it looks. And I wish I could remember the name of it right now, but I'm drawing a complete blank. Okay, let you look inside. See that? Now I'm going to go ahead and cut out the inside. There. And then we just have that. You guys see that? Isn't it beautiful? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut long, thin strips. And usually in chimichurri sauce, you're using the red jalapeno, which gives it a little bit of color versus everything just being like green. But you have all those green herbs in there. But this will add a little color, and it'll still be okay to substitute for the red jalapeno. So the green jalapeno in there for the jalapeno flavor, and then you're going to use this bell pepper for the color. And feel free to just use a regular red bell pepper. That's fine too, because the shallots have a little bit of a sweet flavor. Red jalapeno, or not red jalapeno, red bell pepper have a little bit of a sweet flavor. So they will complement each other as well. I'm using this guy because, number one, I need to use it for something. And number two, I like the color that it offers. And number three, let's see how it tastes. Oh my God, yeah, that's good. Okay, I want this to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it down. Get the pieces uniform. Remember, you're just moving your knife back and forth, okay? So you pinch that blade, you grip that handle, you have your fingers up when you're cutting. And you just work your knife back and forth like that. Okay? There you go. That looks nice and uniform, right? So I'm going to add this to my bowl. And last but not least is the garlic. Now I did the garlic last. I'm going to eat another piece of that. That's good. I did the garlic last because the garlic has the, see, that paper skin on there. And I don't want that all over my cutting board. So I'm using this last. Again, I love garlic. So I'm going to use quite a bit of cloves of garlic. Let me see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know somebody out there is going, really? She's about to put 6 cloves of garlic in that thing? Yes, I am. Alright, so I'm smashing it because this helps to release the skin. There. And plus, I like to do that. You have the long day of work. That's like fun, actually. Come in and smash your garlic. What are you getting ready to go do? I'm going to go home and smash my garlic. Anyway, forgot you guys were listening. Okay, so see how easy that skin comes off? You don't have to do anything. Literally just peels right off. Now, if you're not, you know, the smashing type of person, or you don't want to, you're afraid of hitting your blade like that because you think you're going to cut yourself, or whatever the case may be, feel free to get a small cup or bowl, put some warm water in it, and then just lay your garlic pieces, your garlic bulbs down up in the warm water, and let it sit in there for a minute or two. And then when you take the garlic out, the paper slides right off. Okay, so the warm water helps release the paper from the garlic as well. And when you smash it, it actually releases some of the flavor and the oils in the garlic. The aroma kind of permeates through the air when you smash it. It smells so good. I love smelling my food when I'm cooking it, you know. Your herbs, your garlic, your onions. I love the aroma. And I can like imagine what the food tastes like as I smell each aroma. There we go. So see, we broke that down kind of fast. You guys see that? Not bad at all, right? You have that one little guy that keeps trying to get away. There we go. So now we're going to add this to our bowl. And the only thing that's left is we're going to add our liquid, our seasonings, give it a quick stir, and then I'll even show you guys how I'm going to use this chimichurri sauce tonight. I'm using it for dinner, and I'll show you what the final plate looks like. Okay, so I'm going to set the bowl over here so you guys can see what that looks like. Isn't that beautiful? It's just gorgeous, right? Let me get this out of the way, because that just doesn't look cute right there. I like working with a clean area. Like, I have to work in a clean area. So let me get this out of the way. Just give me a second here. There we go. All right, so now, I'm gonna scoop this up so you guys can see that. There's that a little bit better. All right, so I'm gonna put my lime juice in here. And I have quite a bit going on, so I'm gonna use the juice of a whole lime, because that's a lot of content we have in that bowl. Now you see I'm taking my knife and kind of working it around. So if ever you get a lime that's like a little bit hard, you can either do a couple of things. You can put it in a microwave for a few seconds. That kind of releases the juices. Or if you know you're going to use a lime like tomorrow or the next day, just let it sit out on your countertop. Or you could actually roll it with your hands before you cut it, and that releases the juices as well. Okay, but since I didn't do any of those things, I just cut right in it without even checking it. I'm just taking my paring knife and I'm rolling it around inside to kind of get it loosened up a little bit. So you see as I kind of poke in the middle, it kind of, I think I just squirted myself in the face. Anyway, whole lime juice on the face doesn't hurt, helps keep the skin tight, helps you keep looking young, right? So that's what I'm going to tell myself. All right, so I almost have this lime completely juiced. And those of you who know me know that I don't measure a thing. So I'm just going to shake some salt and pepper in here. So just a little bit of salt. I'm not big on salt, so I use very, very little salt. And I'm going to put some pepper in here. Some fresh ground black pepper. I do like pepper, so I'm going to put a little bit more of that in there. Okay. You don't need a lot of olive oil. I'm just going to pour a little bit of olive oil in there. I'd say a nice tablespoon. And last but not least, we're going to put our vinegar. This is aged red wine vinegar. This is the star of the show, so you want to add a good amount of that. Alright, so I'm going to stop and stir just to see where we are now. Now you can't tell me that doesn't look good. Nice and colorful, and trust me, very flavorful. So we kind of stir it because, you know, we had all those nice herbs on the bottom. And incorporate and mix everything together quite well. Oh yeah, that looks good. You guys see that? Alright, so I had to substitute a few things, but that is the basics of your chimichurri sauce. You guys see that? Looks lovely, doesn't it? Okay, so now I'm going to plate this. I'm going to show you how this dish is going to look on my dinner table tonight. So I made a pot of cauliflower hash browns, or cauliflower hash brown. That's actually a good idea. I made a pot of cauliflower mashed potatoes, is what I meant to say. And you guys see that? Cauliflower mashed potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and plate that. So let me move this cutting board out of the way. I was just going to plate it and then show you guys the plate, but I'll show you so you can see me actually plating everything. How about that? Okay? Alright, so I'm going to put some mashed potatoes down in the middle of my plate here. And again, this is cauliflower. There. Just going to put that up nice and high. We like this here, so we're going to need quite a bit. Oh, there we go. Now, I'm going to add a piece of Mexican spiced tilapia. Now, I make my own spice mixes, and that's what I put on the tilapia. You guys see that? Let me turn it around to give you a better view. There you go. And then I'm just going to top this off with my chimichurri sauce. Now let me get a spoon here. There, that way I can dip it and put it exactly where I want so it doesn't like fall all over the place. Because, you know, part of eating, you're going to eat with your eyes first. So part of eating is presentation. Alright, just take a few minutes to make it look cute. Alright, so I'm going to put some chimichurri sauce right there, just like that. There, right on the side of the plate. And there you have it. So this is going to be my dinner for tonight. Can you guys see that? Yum, yum, yum. Trust me, it's going to get smashed because I'm going to eat all of that. All right, so actually we do live virtual cooking classes where it's like a full class and I teach you how to make everything from beginning to end. And since we did this chimichurri sauce, I'm thinking one of our soon-to-be cooking classes for our virtual cooking lessons might be this entire dish. So I'll show you guys how to make the cauliflower mashed potatoes. I'll show you guys my Mexican spice mix and how I cook the tilapia. And then you'll get another tutorial about how to make the chimichurri sauce. And I'll show you guys how to put all this together. So stay tuned for that. We're going to post the information for our live virtual cooking class on our website, which is www.culinarykisses.com. And I should have that information up for you by the end of this week. I will also try and post the recipe for the chimichurri sauce that we made today on our Facebook page, so look out for that. Now, we also have a Recipe of the Month Club. So if you're interested in receiving recipes once a month from us, again, just go to our website, www.culinarykisses.com, and it's right there on the front page. You just fill it out and that's it. So until next time, we're bringing you a live cooking demo via Facebook. This is Angela from Culinary Kisses checking out. I hope you guys try the chimichurri sauce. Feel free to let me know what you think about it. I'm going to go have dinner and enjoy this plate. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.